Hey Upper East Siders, Gossip Guy here, and I have the biggest news ever. Spotted on the steps of the Met in his old neighborhood, vlogger Michael Martello, your one and only source into showing you the best things to do among Manhattan's elite. Welcome back to New York. It's been waiting for you.
Alright, what's up guys? I am back in my old home of the Upper East Side where I lived for about 2 years here in New York City on the steps of the Met. I feel like most people would think that the Upper East Side is pretty boring, and that could be true when you compare it to a place like Soho or the West Village or wherever, someplace downtown. But I am here to show you that there is actually so much charm and activities here on the Upper East Side. It's the reason why I chose to live here, so let's get started. Before I came over here, I stopped at Bluestone Lane, which arguably has the best coffee on the Upper East Side. The Metropolitan Museum of Art is the largest museum in North America and has over 20,000 works of art. I am not a huge art guy, but I'm still gonna go inside and check it out because it's something you have to do when on the Upper East Side.
By visiting the Met, you can temporarily leave New York City for worldwide culture. The Met was originally built in an area that was seen as undesirable, far away from the wealthy mansions and paved streets of New York City. It contains 2 million square feet of floor space and has over 6 million visitors per year.
And I don't think you can vlog in there, so I had to keep my cool. But even if you don't love art, like me, you still gotta stop in the Met. It's truly iconic. There's so many works of art. The Met costs $25. Unless you're a New York State resident, then it's pay as you wish. And if you keep walking north on Museum Mile, you will pass the Guggenheim, which is a beautifully designed building. And at the Met on 5th Avenue, you are right off the best part of Central Park at 79th Street. So enter there, and I'll show you why. And I love Central Park. Nature is my idea of art for sure, even if it's not totally natural. Central Park is very man-made. All right, and heading up to the Belvedere Castle here in Central Park. Great views of Turtle Pond and the Great Lawn and the city skyline. Look at that. The Belvedere Castle was built in 1919 and holds the official Central Park weather station. Speaking of weather, it is 60 degrees in New York and it's December. Not that I'm complaining, but this is not the New York winter I remember. I can even take this jacket off right now, but then I have nowhere to put it. A lot of wedding shoots happen at the Bow Bridge because it's so beautiful and charming. All right, and if we keep walking straight out the Bow Bridge, we come to the coolest part of the park, the Bethesda Fountain and the Central Park Boathouse. Usually this fountain is so beautiful, but not in the winter, they drain it. And we're right off of the boathouse. In the summer you can rent and row boats over here, but don't do it on a heat wave like I did.
So this is typically a very good time in New York, but maybe don't do it when it's 100 degrees because I think rowing in the heat is what hell is like.
And after you walk up the steps of the Bethesda Terrace, you are now in what they call the mall. It is definitely very picturesque in the spring and the summer when the leaves are all on the trees. All right, and after a detour, I'm now gonna head back to the Upper East Side. Now walking on Madison Avenue, the most well-known spot for designer boutiques and shops. Apple, Madison Avenue, Truly one of the nicest Apple stores I have been to. And now passing by St. Ambrose, what many believe is the best restaurant on the Upper East Side, but very expensive.
While I didn't get to visit the best restaurants today, the most popular ones worth checking out are Daniel, Sushi Naz, JG Melon, and my old favorite pizza and Italian spot, Delizia 73.
And now approaching Park Avenue, home to all the rich Upper East Siders and a lot of strollers. Instead of paying so much money for an Upper East Side lunch, I'm going to get a good old New York City bagel at one of the best spots, H&H Bagel on 80th and 3rd Ave. Alright, it's hard to find a place to sit in the city, so I came over to the East River at Shurz Park to have my bagel. Shurz is a hidden gem here on the Upper East Side. It's popular with joggers and dog owners, and its amazing scenic promenade. I gotta go get a closer look. You got views of Roosevelt Island, the Triborough Bridge, the far east side of the Upper East Side, like York Ave, 2nd Ave, 3rd Ave, and the park I'm at right now, is way more chill than what you'll find on Park Avenue and Madison Avenue. This is where the not so rich people live and come. So it's a great escape from the strollers and rich people on Park Ave. And at the far north of the park, there is Gracie Mansion, which is where most of the New York City mayors lived, except for Michael Bloomberg. He wanted his own Upper East Side pad. Definitely looks a little out of place here. Looks like a normal suburban home with a white picket fence, no less. Pretty cool. They do offer tours of this place. I've never done it, but I'm sure it would be pretty cool. A nice lady over there made sure I got a shot of the hawk up in the tree. She was very excited, so I did get it. Alright, and I took the 2nd Avenue Q train down to 63rd and Lex, passing by Bloomingdale's, and I'm gonna walk over to the Roosevelt Island Tram, passing by Serendipity 3, which is famous for their frozen hot chocolate. And just like that, I am at Roosevelt Island after taking the tramway over here, about a 5-minute ride up and above the city. It was really cool. I never done it before. It felt like a real-life drone shot. Now, what is there to do on Roosevelt Island? That I am not too sure, but it is east of the Upper East Side, and we got Astoria, Queens right across from us. So yeah, the Upper East Side was my home for 2 years back in the day, and I have so many good memories about it. Some people might think it is just a really boring part of Manhattan. It has the best public park in the United States, Central Park, and the East River right near it. So you have great outdoor activities on the Upper East Side, great eateries, great coffee, and the biggest museum in North America. I had a great time living there. I miss it a little bit, but life goes on. You're not supposed to live in the same spot your entire life, right? At least that's what I think. All right, I'm gonna head back to the Upper East Side now and try to get the last bits of this sunset from above. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more travel videos. I'll see you soon, signing off. XOXO Gossip Guy.